With less than 48 hours on the clock, dozens in Loveland could be forced onto the streets, and the city's only overnight homeless shelter closes this week. Thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 10. I'm Jacqueline Allen. Denver 7 has been committed to shining a light on the complex challenges of homelessness across Colorado. So tonight, the ACLU says closing the Loveland shelter will put lives at risk. Denver 7's Maggie Wilansky is listening to two people who've stayed there and asking the city what comes next.
Tent City, that's what I call it.
This so-called tent city has been Loveland's only overnight shelter for 2 years.
Assign you your bed and you got showers, restrooms. It's pretty clean.
William Kennedy has stayed here off and on since last October.
Sometimes all the beds are filled.
Chad Horn.
Try to make it look civil at least so that the people don't think that it's so messy.
Has also found shelter here.
I've been there probably about 10, 15 times.
But signs now tell people the South Railroad facility is closing this week. The city says the overnight shelter was funded with one-time dollars that are now exhausted, and Loveland has faced budget cuts. Still, people like Linda Breen, a Loveland resident, are concerned about the closure.
It keeps people alive in the winter.
She hopes the city will provide an alternate sheltering option.
And so we're confused and appalled that we don't seem to be able to keep a homeless shelter open.
The ACLU of Colorado sent a letter to the city of Loveland to keep the shelter open at least through the winter months. The city says the shelter was never intended to be a permanent solution. For those who have spent nights here, though, the question is, what will the permanent solution be?
This right here is, by closing this, is going to make it rougher on people.
It's going to put a lot of people out on the street.
Maggie Wilansky, Denver 7.
The city is hosting small group community conversations about homelessness in Loveland to try to find some short and long-term solutions, so we will keep you posted on those. Going in depth tonight, Denver 7 has been following the growing need for homeless services in northern Colorado for months now. Last month, a kitchen fire damaged the Fort Collins rescue mission, displacing nearly 90 beds and forcing the nonprofit to rely on a smaller overflow shelter. So after that fire, our generous Denver 7 Gives viewers stepped up, donated $1,000 worth of new bed sheets to help with the recovery. Well, now the city is investing in a more permanent solution. Friday, crews broke ground on the new Homeless Resolution Center, a facility that will add 250 beds and provide wraparound support to help people move from crisis to stability.
We are not just providing the basic solutions, but we are impacting homelessness and actually reducing homelessness and actually making a mark on the community. And that $27.5 million project is expected to open in late 2026. Digging deeper, Denver 7 has also been tracking the response to homelessness across Colorado. Here in Denver, the city's preparing to close 2 shelters and a micro-community next year. Mayor Mike Johnston says this is all part of a shift in his all-in Mile High initiative, putting more focus on permanent recovery through long-term housing and employment support. These closures come as Denver faces some deep budget cuts, and Johnston says this will save the city $11 million a year.